Our week 3 bonus trick is hold, and that's when we have the dog hold an object in their mouth. And it might seem like if your dog plays with toys and wants to grab sticks and does all those really fun things, you feel like it's going to be easy for them. But the truth is that when we ask our dogs to do it, instead of having it be their idea to do it, they don't always think it's as good of an idea. Some of you may be really lucky and your dogs will do it easily, and some of you will have to kind of work on it. Let's see how Kate will do. This is one of Kate's least favorite things. And hold, hold. And I'm gently stroking her nose, hold. I'm being very gentle, hold, hold. Yes. So in this case, my saying yes gave her permission to drop the object that I put in her mouth. Zam, on the other hand, Zam is a dog who's pretty willing to hold anything in her mouth. And I hope that you guys have dogs like that too. Turn around, sit. Zammy, hold. Yes. Notice that I'm marking with the word yes when my dog, and that's my dog's signal that they can release. Hold, hold, wait. Zammy, hold, whoops. Hold, yes. Katie, sit. Zammy, hold, hold. Yes. Zammy, hold. Yes. Zammy, hold. Yes. So you can see that I am using a variety of objects to put in my dog's mouth to get them used to doing it. Let me do this one more time with Kate, and then we'll do a close-up of how to train it. So I put the object, and I kind of like a wooden spoon. You probably all have a wooden spoon at home. And I place the object right behind those front canine teeth. I'm gently holding her nose, very gently. I'm using a finger on the top and a finger on the bottom. Hold. Yes. So if you're really lucky and you have a dog like Zam who held on to almost anything right away, then great. Good for you, and you'll be able to move on to lots of tricks where the dog holds an object in their mouth. For Kate, this was a harder thing for her to do. And the way I started is that I put my finger in her mouth and set it. Katie, I set my finger in her mouth and got her to accept having a finger in her mouth, because that's probably less objectionable than an object for your dog. And I would lay my finger right behind her teeth. I would tell her, wait, wait, okay. I think if you Google this, or if you look at YouTube videos, there's going to be people with 1,000 different methods. I prefer really gentle methods with my dogs, and this is one that worked with the dog who absolutely did not want to hold things in her mouth. So I would gently open her mouth, place my forefinger right behind her canines. Wait. Yes. And that's kind of how I started working with Kate to get her to do it. And it's a really great method to try to use with your dogs who seem to object to placing things in their mouth. Once she got used to holding my finger, I would place a stick in her mouth at the same place. And as I showed you, I'd gently use a finger on top and below. Hold, hold. Yes. So the reason that I would really like us to work on hold is because it can be the start to so many different tricks. Like if you think of 1,000 different tricks to do with your dog, half of them are going to be things that you're going to ask them to do with their mouth. And it all starts with getting them to hold on command. Thanks. Let's see how it goes this week. It might seem confusing because I'm using my marker word, yes, and that's when she's actually dropping the object. The reason for that, the reason it probably looks confusing, but I'm actually marking her long hold. So I'm giving her the command hold, and I'm waiting. And when I think she's waited long enough, I'm marking that she waited long enough by saying yes, and then she's allowed to drop the object. Hold, hold, hold. Yes. Make sense? Zammy. Hold, hold. Yes. Hold, hold. Yes. Hold. Yes. Hold. Here's a little different hold. Hold. Yes. So I threw that last little hold in there with a paintbrush, holding from the end of the paintbrush, because there's a really cool trick that you may want to do down the line where a dog is painting with a paintbrush. And so they have to learn to hold an object not behind their canine teeth, but from the front. Hold. So she's holding this in the front of her mouth. Hold. Yes. So anyway, some different things to work on.